Hi everyone, so today I'm making a video where I beat the map from Plutonia, which is M32, Go to It. It's actually one of the hardest maps of all Classic Doom, and especially one of the most famous. It's a secret map and, well, I had a pretty rough go at it. I had a lot of attempts, and this is the winning one, so I hope you enjoy. We're starting off with the Mancubus, very slow. First with the rockets, then the shotgun. You know, just trying to get them one by one, dodging their attacks. It's a pretty boring phase, but it's just the beginning of the map. I had a whole lot of surprises waiting for me in this map, and it's not pretty. It's really not pretty. It takes a long time for me to beat this whole thing. So yeah, we get the rockets and just melt through them slowly. You see me trying to dodge, it's always like a game of luck, whether I manage to actually dodge the fireballs or not. Then we go on to the Arachnotrons. These two are useless, they always die fast. But now it's up to a bigger challenge to get the first Cyber Demon of the map, which sometimes it's easy, sometimes he predicts your movements and fires at you, and if you're not ready for that, you can die very stupidly. Thankfully, that didn't happen here, so I just fire at him and quickly get him down. Then you gotta deal with a whole army of pinkies, which is not hard at all. One thing about this part is the chain gunners, which can be such an annoyance because of the way Doom's auto fire works. And by that I mean it might want to shoot at the chain gunners or just under them, meaning you have to get closer to actually shoot them, and in that time they can deal a sizable damage to you, which is annoying as always. You also see me pausing here, this is because of my cat. He decided to jump on my lap because that's what he likes to do. You will see me pausing every now and then, which is either to gain composure or just my cat. But yeah, we're gonna quickly go over this little break. And then we deal with the pinkies. Now the freaking archviles here can be real tricky because you have to be very careful on not being in their line of sight, which can sometimes be like by 1 pixel just enough for them to get you and deal a lot of damage. Then you have these two. They're always easy, they die fast. Very easy. Here I was checking if I was recording, because I actually had an attempt where I got pretty freaking far and I didn't actually record, which was a very stupid thing on my part. Then you got the room with the arch files. You gotta be careful on those because sometimes your shot misses and you have to deal with all of them at once, meaning certain death. But thankfully they all died. Then there's like the most boring part of the whole map. I always hate going through this, is the map full of revenants, and I hate it so much. It's annoying having to kill these assholes all one by one. It's so annoying. Thankfully you can use like the cyber demon and the arachnotrons to kill some of them off. Otherwise it's just so tedious, and yeah, having to deal with all of them, it's not fun. It's really not fun. As you can see, the whole screen is just filled with the with the lost souls, which is just annoying. Yeah, we deal with them. Just slowly getting them one by one. Every run you have to do this, and every run is like, oh my god, how can I kill these off quicker? And it's always like they just die eventually. You see me using the rockets. You gotta be very careful when using the rockets because Doom's auto aim works in very annoying ways, and it might decide you're trying to shoot at a lower monster, the cyber demon, and when that happens, as you see me on that ledge, you can risk shooting yourself with a rocket. Here, one of them actually entered into my room. Pain elemental, I think. Yeah, that's what I think they were called. I'm sorry, I forgot. But now we go and deal with the... Well, actually another one got here. But then we gotta deal with the next phase of the fight, which is a bit more hard. But yeah, first of all, let's get the Arachnotrons and Spider Mastermind killed. Here you see me trying to make some infighting to save up on ammo, but it's not really useful. You just gotta run in and... Yeah, you see that? I just got it with the BFG. Now it's all about these three Arachnotrons. They're not hard to deal with. The Arachnotrons become a real pain later in the map, but right now they're not that bad. They're not a real danger. You're gonna see me stocking up on as many energy cells as possible. Oh yeah, and to get the Mancubus out of this passage, because I actually did get fucked over once when I got overrun by revenants in a later part of the map, And when I tried to go down, it was full of mancubus and I died because I got cornered. So yeah, kill them off. It's better that way. It's just the thing you should do. Now here's the first really hard part of this map is having to deal with like 4 cyber demons and a bunch of revenants. It's always so annoying having to deal with these guys. There's so many of them and they all either shoot tracking rockets at you or not, and when you gotta realize real quick, whether it's a tracking or non-tracking rocket. So it's all up to your reflexes, how good your reflexes are with these guys. But you see me letting them come through this passage, it's really useful to have them die in this place rather than on the platform thingy. I had a little scuffle with the cyber demon there. Yeah, it's just a waiting game of seeing how many revenants you can get in this freaking passage, in this little passage, and just killing them so you can deal with the cyber demons later. Yeah, so this is when I decided to go face the cyber demons, but then I realized there's a whole bunch of revenants left, so I gotta deal with them first. And you can bottleneck them here if you spam your rocket launcher enough. But then you gotta deal with the cyber demons, and they can be tricky because you actually can have 2 on each side of the place, and when that happens it's really hard to dodge all the rockets. What you want to do is get them all in one place, so then it's really easy to dodge the rockets without any issue, and you can use your BFG to really melt through them. See, that one's already gone. Sadly, I took a lot of health, but I'm toughing it out because I know I'm about to get a super spear right after dealing with these. It's such a little dance you have to do with the cyber demons all the time of just dodging the rockets, and then as you can see I ran out of PFG ammo, so I just gotta shotgun them, which is nerve-wracking to say the least because of the rockets and dodging all of them. I thankfully eventually managed to kill them one by one and move on to the next phase. But as you can see, it takes some time. So here I go up, grab the super sphere, and it's off to the next part. Here I took another little break. Again, you're gonna see me do this now and then. This is another cyber demon you have to deal with. It's not hard, it's the same as the first one. It's just that, well, I usually go around the super sphere and not grab it to keep it for better occasions. I wasted a couple shots on him because of how aggressive he was, but I eventually get him too and move on. See, easy, he's done. So we grab the key, and here comes perhaps the hardest, most annoying phase of this fight. I was actually so hopeless feeling that I made a save file in case of anything, but I thankfully didn't have to use it because I won in one try. Well, in one go in this attempt. So you try and get some of the arch vials here, they always cause a headache. And then you just run here and you just gotta spam a lot of rockets here. As you can see, the arch vials just resurrect revenants and you gotta deal with them. And be careful to not hit yourself with your own rockets because of the curb. Also, yeah, they really get in and you can get overwhelmed here if you're not careful, which happened to me a couple times. It's not fun, it's annoying. It's really annoying to lose at this part because you're basically right on the half point of the whole map. So you really, like, you beat this part, it's pretty hard to lose afterwards. So here you see me, I killed all the archviles or all the revenants. Now it's a bunch of arachnotrons, and this is where they get annoying because the way they're put and the way there are so many of them, it's really hard to get them without taking a huge amount of damage. And you also gotta be careful for the cyber demons to not wake them up, because then you're gonna have to deal with the cyber demon on top of everything, which is not fun. So yeah, I try in the most quote-unquote delicate possible way to kill the arachnotrons, and I eventually do it. It's just a game of running around trying to get them. It's always almost impossible to not manage to wake up a cyber demon, and it can honestly be a blessing in disguise because the way the cyber demon and the arachnotrons are put, you can cause infighting, which is great because then the cyber demons just kill off the arachnotrons, which is what you want. See here, I woke up to both of them. So yeah, I'm left with just one stupid arachnotron and 2 cyber demons. Again, this is one of those parts where make it or break it. You gotta be careful. You see that cyber demon going off? You don't want him to stay there. You want him to be next to the other cyber demon. That way you can easily dodge the rockets. But sadly, he seems to go off on that. So yeah, I gotta think in two ways. I gotta think of dodging the first cyber demon, and then the second one, you see me grabbing the super spear. I'm really trying to play it safely after all the attempts. So yeah, I quickly run off, get BFG ammo, and it's again to try. And this time they're next to each other, so that's a very big positive for me. As you can see, I quickly kill off one of them, and then the other one quickly goes as well. So at this point, we're past the halfway point, and this is a part where you gotta be careful. Otherwise, you're gonna die real stupidly. So, yeah, you gotta be careful now. Because it's easy to win, but also easy to lose if you're not on your toes. So, you gotta go through here. Now, there's this nasty part with a bunch of archviles. They always manage to get a hit on me. And now you gotta deal with chain gunners and revenants. A whole bunch of revenants and archviles. You gotta be really careful here to make sure they don't get over this little corridor, because if they do, then it's like 10 times harder. But if you manage to chokehold them here, then it's really easy to get through them. Really no problem. You will see here there was a stupid archvile that was giving me a lot of troubles because it was staying off screen and reviving monsters over and over, which I had to kill until, you know, he was in my line of sight, which took a little ammo. Really took a bit of ammo to kill. But we get through them. And yeah, now you gotta face another cyber demon. You gotta face a lot of cyber demons in this map. A lot of them. But if you know what you're doing, if you're careful with your BFG ammo, then really they're no problem to deal with. Here I was checking the recording again because a lot of time passed. I'm real sorry. Yeah, as I was saying, if you're not careful with your BFG ammo, you're gonna have a hard time trying to get past this cyber demon. I wasn't careful with my ammo last try before this recording, and I really took a toll because of that, and it wasn't fun. I tried super shotgunning him, and it didn't work because he eventually just got me with a rocket. So here we're careful, we kill him, and we're on to the last part. Now you gotta deal with a whole bunch of these guys, and yeah, Barons of Hell. You gotta deal with a bunch of them. Save up your rockets for when they're closer, and make sure to get as many of them as possible in this little corridor, because that's the easiest way. You see there I took a hit, but it's no big deal. We still got super spears. It's all about the final cyber demons, which you gotta fight after killing the Barons of Hell. You see there they start to infight a little bit. That works for me, but it doesn't make a big difference here. It's just whether or not you have to kill an extra Baron of Hell or not. Here again you see me playing very carefully. as to not mess up this, because I had runs where I got all the way up here and I died to the cyber demons, and that really stings. That's a bummer. I don't like that. You really gotta play it safe if you want to win at this point, and that's what I'm doing. Again, gaining some composure, trying to deal with this Baron of Hell while the cyber demons fire. I take no chances. I get the super spear, and I just try to kill the last barons, because there's actually another one which manages to sneak its way out. And he's quickly gone. Now it's me and the cyber demons. Here I go looking for BFG ammo. Without a BFG, you're kinda cooked in this map at this point. But some people do beat it without the BFG, I heard. That's great. I don't know how you can do that. I personally really relied upon the BFG whenever it came to cyber demons. I wouldn't have a chance without it. Especially the fact that they're multiple at once. Like in here, and they always do this, where it's like 2 on one side and 2 on the other side, meaning that 1 on the other side. Yeah, there's 3, not 4, sorry. And yeah, you see me getting a shot off real quick and then checking my back to see if they're firing, which they do here. And then again I get my shots in. Really careful with that cyber demon, because if he fires at you and you're not dodging already, you're dead, because you take a rocket straight to the head. Here I was very anxious. I was so anxious because it took so many tries to get to this point, and I'm finally at the end, about to win. So I try to play as calmly as possible, but I'm in fact really nervous. I'm so nervous at this point. With these cyber demons. You see I run out. I discovered that I forgot that place with the mancubus, so I just go ahead and think of something real quick and I just get to it with my super shotgun. I take a spear just in case. I also find some BFG ammo, but it's just 100. It's enough just to kill this one cyber demon. The other one, you're gonna see I really get down and dirty to it and just use my super shotgun. I do this little dance with him, going around in a circle, you know, trying to get him killed. He slowly dies. Well, you know how it is. So here, I was so excited, I had to pause the game for a bit. I had to pause a bit and celebrate, because I was so happy. Because it's basically done. The map is beaten at this point, even if there are some Mancubus left. I quickly kill them all, and I'm done. And I was so happy. I was so happy to finally get the recording of me beating this map. It took me over 30 attempts in total to beat this, which is not easy. So here I go, and it's done. So this was yeah, this was Go To It. Hard map, you really gotta be careful with it, but in the end it's worth it for me to win it for you guys. So see you in the next video.